Welcome everyone, it is John and I am back with a new adventure, and today I am very excited because for many years now I've wanted to buy one of these. I've wanted to do these kind of videos, these kind of explorations. And you saw my video before where I did take some time off and that kind of postponed this for a while. But today is the day. I have ordered a little yellow submarine. This is the Chasing brand Gladius Mini S. This thing is so cool. It will dive up to 330 feet in the water and we can explore the depths of these lakes around here. Now I've got a plethora of ideas and places I want to go explore with this thing. But today is my initial day using it. So I've come to one of my favorite places in the world, Big Ridge State Park. And someone is mowing, but that's okay. We're gonna go down the lake here, a good controlled area where I can practice using this thing. So follow me as we go explore the bottom of Norris Lake. All right, so we're down here at the lake and I've realized that there's a little bit of construction going on over here. So you're gonna hear some tools and some music and things going on, but I think it's okay because the content's underwater. I don't think you're gonna hear too much of it there, but you may hear a little bit of construction noise. I'll try to mitigate that as much as possible, so I do apologize, but we're gonna go ahead, we're here, and we're gonna do this, so let's go. Okay guys, so here is what is in the box. It comes in this awesome case, this backpack, has straps to throw over your shoulders, and I'm gonna unbox this. And what's cool is the controller can hold up to a 10-inch iPad. So you have a pretty big display screen you can use on this. So I'm gonna unbox this, kind of show you what's in here, and then we'll get into the water. All right, so I'm gonna open this up and kind of show you what's inside here, starting with the top. And this actually comes with quite a bit of accessories. So the first thing is everything's individually bagged. Now, I will preface this. This is not a sponsored video. Now, Chasing or any other underwater ROV company, you want to reach out to me and do something, I am very open to it, but this is not sponsored. I purchased this because I wanted it, but I am going to review it and tell you how it works. So we'll look at this first. And this is pretty cool. Like, it's got a lot of features that we're going to learn together. I know it has a grabbing claw. One of these triggers uses it right here. And then this is the camera record, and you can, I don't know if you can zoom or not. We're going to find out. So it's got a lot of cool features here, and this will hold up to a 10-inch iPad. So that is pretty cool in itself. And then one of my favorite parts of this is I had to get it with this feature here, and that is the claw. And what I'm impressed with, this is metal. This is all solid construction, very durable feeling. So I'm very excited about using this. This is going to attach to the bottom, and you should be able to see it in your field of view on the camera. So we'll be able to grab little things we see on the bottom and bring them back and check them out. So maybe you'll find some treasures. Okay, so we opened this part here. This is the main part. So we got our instructions, which are important, which I will go through those. It comes with a really cool sham cloth, I guess to dry off the drone when you're done with it before you bag it back up. So we'll move that out of the way. And this is the meat and the potatoes here. And what I'm really impressed with this is the construction of it. This thing is heavy and it is solid. So it's got your tether port on the back where the tether connects. This is the memory card in here. And this is where the control arm bolts on, and its tether mounts here. It's got 5 engines, 3 thrusters, and 2 propellers, and it can dive at different angles. And then there is the camera. It's a 4K ultra high definition camera, and it's got 2 2000 lumen lights on it. So this thing is super bright. It can see really well underwater, and I'm excited to see, because the lakes are a little murky. Now I watched some people's videos on these where they're in lake water, and you could see pretty clear with it, especially with the lights on. So, and the cool thing about Norris Lake, it is one of the cleanest lakes in the southeast United States. So hopefully we can get some good visibility with this thing. And the last big thing is probably the most vital part of this, and that's the tether. This thing is 100 meters, 28 feet. And what's cool is there's a little device that connects this to the drone, so it takes the pressure off of the port. So the port will screw to the back of it, and then this will lock onto it. So if it breaks down, gets stuck, I gotta kind of pull it by the tether, or the tether gets hung, it's not gonna rip this out of its port. So that's pretty cool little feature it's got right there on that. And it comes on a nice reel, so we can manage it well. So it does come, if you're using a phone, a little shield you can put over that to keep the sunlight out. Screws for mounting. Here's all the little connectors for the phone or the iPad that will plug into the controller. And this is the tether for the grabbing arm that will connect to the bottom. And then you got some spare caps, some screw. Oh, these are the screws. They're thumb screws, so that's good. That's for the grabbing arm. And it comes with extra O-rings and a cap for the water type. So that's pretty cool. Comes with a lot of cool accessories. I'm super excited. So now I'm gonna put this thing together and let's see what it does. So it took some figuring, but I've got it, and I'll show you the little control arm. So I got it hooked up here. I got it sitting here now. Look at that. And then you can hold the button down and kind of control it yourself with the toggle. So that's pretty cool. All right, so here we go. We are getting into the water. I had tried to film myself talking while I was doing this, but I completely didn't realize I was off camera. So I decided to voice over this. But you'll see here, I'm figuring out how to get this thing fired up and going. I figured it out when I had it out of the water, but it does recommend don't run the thrusters with it dry. That can be bad for it. Pretty quick, I picked up on forward and back and all that stuff. It's pretty intuitive. The controller's real easy to use. And in here, I kind of hit the bottom. Just getting my feels and my bearings on this thing. It's the tricky part is it's underwater, and sometimes your visibility goes down. So I was getting a little nervous, like, okay, where am I at? How am I orientated? And the screen actually kind of shows you your orientation as to where you're at and like how you're standing. So that was pretty cool. I kind of just jumped head first in this thing and kind of learn as I go. I watched a couple videos on people trying them out just to kind of see how it operates. But there's a few things on here that I had to learn. And, you see here, I'm just kind of getting my feels for it. When it surfaces, it shoots a lot of water up, makes a lot of noise. So it's pretty easy to know when you're at the top when you surface. And it has meters on it. It kind of shows you how deep you are and how far away you are and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. But here I'm taking off out towards the deep, and then I turn around and come back and start looking for the bottom, and there we go. And its visibility I'm pretty impressed with. It's a lake, so you don't have the best visibility, but it's I think it's going to see really good. And you'll see here later I turn the lights on when I get out deeper, and it both helps the visibility and kind of hurts. So if there's a lot of particles, or if you kick up silt, whether you got the light on or not,
when you kick up silt, you can't see anything. So I just panic, go up. But you can see it sees the bottom pretty well. And I'm just looking for anything I can hone on. Now, this area here, there's not any boats that I know of that sunk here. And it's not super deep. I think it gets about 20 foot deep. It's about as deep as we get as far as depth. But here I'm just kind of circling around looking. And at this point, I had just figured out how to angle it down, I believe. That took me a minute. I couldn't remember how, and finally I figured out you can angle it at like kind of like a 45-degree angle so you can see downward a little bit as you go down. And I kept kind of crashing onto the bottom, but then I've learned as I was using it to kind of slow down when you get to the bottom, because when you hold that joystick all the way down, it moves pretty quick. So you got to be careful. I kind of slammed it on the bottom. But good thing this thing is durable. There's not even a scratch on it. And you'll see I hit the bottom pretty hard a couple times. They have to keep that in mind. It's people are going to crash these every once in a while. So the thing I like about it is its little thrusters, its little propellers are encased. So they're protected. And here I found a big boulder, which is kind of cool. I'm imagining that's a boat. This thing, I don't know. It's hard to tell how big it is. I'd say probably 10 foot or so long, give or take a foot or so. And then my perception could be just way off. It might just be a couple feet long. It's hard to tell. But I was just kind of looking around, seeing what my visibility is. And I think... yeah, you can tell I have the lights on. You can see all the particles now. This is kind of a little bit deeper. If I remember correctly, I was probably close to 10 foot deep here. So, like, you start to lose a little visibility from the sunlight, but you see it lights up really well. Like, it makes the bottom glow. So that is pretty cool. I think it's 2,000 lumens each light, and it's got 2 of them on it. And I bet you could probably attach an even brighter light if you wanted to. But I'm just kind of circling around here looking at the bottom. And then here in a minute, I'll head out deeper into the water. And here we are out deeper. And at this point, I crash right into the bottom. This is somewhere between 15 and 20 foot deep. You can tell it's a lot darker. And the bottom here was real fine, sandy like silt. And it kind of blended in with the water. So I will say that was kind of difficult to tell where I was at. And as you see now, I'm circling around and I can't. The way that bottom was, I was really close to it right here, but until you like touch it. And you can see as I'm turning, and at this point, I've just kicked up such a cloud of silt that I'm not going to see anything. But I'm anxious to get this thing out in really deep water and see how it performs. I think at this point I'm trying to go back down again. I still got a little bit of that silt stuck to my claw, but you'll see here in a minute I had a little bit of trouble with the claw itself. And I'm still out here in the deep, and then I go right back to the bottom again. You can see how fine that is. The lake bottom, yeah, you see when I try to go upright, it really, really kicked up a cloud. At this point, I'm just heading up. You can see the cloud coming off that. And I go back up, and then I go a little bit more shallow here on this next clip. And this is when I try to use the grabber, the claw, the little arm on it. And I had trouble, and you'll see as I'm reaching for these things, it starts to jerk itself side to side. And I just had a hard time. I was trying to slowly move it in and like grab one of these shells and bring it back. And you'll see as I move, once I get unstuck from the bottom here, I try to grab it and see how it just kind of jerks to the side there. My tether got wrapped around the arm, because at one point I was going around in circles trying to figure out how to drive this thing, and I didn't realize I had wrapped the tether on the control arm itself. Okay, here's the aftermath. You can see the iPad there. So this is going to take some getting used to for me. I struggled. You saw some of the underwater footage. It was pretty clear. I mean, you could see pretty well. I'm anxious to get this into a deeper amount of water, because this was only 10 foot deep or so, as deep as it got out there. So I'm anxious to take this somewhere where I can actually get it deep and play around with it. So I've got a good one coming up. As soon as I get some time, I'm gonna go and film something really cool that I think you guys will enjoy. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it. This is just kind of my tester with it. Got it way out there in the middle, down. I hope everything looked cool. I mean, it was rough going for me learning this. It's a big learning curve for me, so it's going to take some practice and some getting used to, and maybe even some without the pressure of trying to film and make content out of it. But I wanted to kind of review this. First of all, I think overall it's a really cool submersible drone. It moves well. It seems very intuitive. It's just getting a feel for where you're at in the water is kind of tough. So I'm going to do some more learning and more figuring out on this. And there's a little sunken surprise I want to show you guys that I've known about for most of my life. And it's really cool. And I can't wait to see it for myself and show it to all y'all. So that will be coming up in the near future. So stay tuned for that. But guys, I appreciate it. Let me know down below what you think. There's gonna be a lot of cool adventures coming in the future with this thing. So stay tuned. And until next time, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful day.